It's time for a juice break.
Hey, what's up, family? Well, you know, when you see allegations and escalating news documents that are happening live right now of celebrities that are on the A-list that you think are untouchable. You know, I see some of these and I just go, oh, it's just clickbait. Nothing's gonna happen to this celebrity. But this one is for MrBeast, and I don't think it's one of those. I'll be honest. That's what I thought the first time I saw it. But the things that the people are accusing him of is actually pretty serious and a little bit laughable, but for all the wrong reasons. You'll understand what I mean when we get into it. So strap in. Let's get into it. So this is the first accuser, Lorraine Mavritos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And she used to work for MrBeast for at least 3 years, and she was already a successful social media influencer and PR person. So she wasn't new to the game, but the MrBeast world is a bit of a boys' club apparently, and yeah.
Never imagined I'd have to make a video like this, but becoming a mother and having a daughter completely changed what I'm willing to stay silent about. Before I talk about my time working at MrBeast at a C-suite level, I would just like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Lorraine Mavrimatis. I was born and raised in Brazil.
Yeah, totally.
For the last 10 years.
Totally fucked that up. Totally fucked that name up. Sorry, gang, but damn, look at those blue-ass eyes. God damn, sorry, it's a video about, like, hashtag me too. I'm already, like, bloody objectifying it. So, fucking sorry, dude.
Years of my life, I dedicated it to studying and analyzing the social media space from the inside out. And I just completely fell in love with the content creation process. And that passion eventually led me to wanting to work with brands and work on their social media strategies. And that's what eventually led me to MrBeast. I was interviewed by the CEO and Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast himself. I was hired on the spot. I led teams. I oversaw creative and operations across multiple platforms. But most importantly, I saw how things worked from the inside.
Jimmy hired her on the spot, eh? He's like, yeah, this is definitely not going to bite me in the ass a couple of years down the line. No, they'll be fine.
Unfortunately, it didn't really take me too long to realize that things were not how they looked like on the outside. From the very beginning, I was yelled at, cursed at. I was even called dumb in front of my entire team after giving a business idea, only to have a man give the exact same idea a minute later and get praised. I was obligated to attend one-on-one meetings at the CEO's house by myself, and
I mean, you gotta remind yourself that this is like high stakes stuff. If she's coming forward and saying this stuff, you can, it's safe to say that it's probably not just hearsay and, you know, I don't think she's making it up, is what I'm trying to say. Because from day one, being called dumb and stuff, I mean, yeah, that does sound like a bit of a boys' club. And not even a boys' club, it just sounds like unprofessional. Like, Jimmy and the guys in his videos can probably do that to them, but not just to people that you're working with on a professional level. That seems a bit weird.
An upstairs room only lit by a side lamp and have him hear how attractive and beautiful I was. The CEO also told me that Jimmy, MrBeast, gets really awkward around attractive women, and I quote, "Lorraine, let's say that when you're around and he needs..."
Whoa, what? And keep in mind that Jimmy, MrBeast, has hired his mom as the HR person, so he's probably getting away with a lot of stuff that maybe he shouldn't be, and maybe that's why that's led to a workplace environment that's like, hey, you're dumb, you're stupid, well, let's listen to the guy, let's listen to the bloke. And I'm pretty sure his cousin is the CEO, MrBeast's cousin, so that's probably what she's talking about right now.
To go to the restroom, he's not really using the restroom. I started changing completely how I dress to go to work. He's not really, quote, "Lorraine, let's say that when you're around and he needs to go to the restroom, he's not really using the restroom." I started changing.
What? Like cocaine? Like drug? Oh my god. Bro. What? MrBeast? More like Mr. Beaten Off. to his attractive co-workers. Mr. Beast, more like Mr. Cancelled. Is that... I'm pretty sure that's what they're implying, right? Let me know in the comments below if am I crazy, or is that's what she's saying?
Completely how I dress to go to work. I started only wearing baseball caps, extremely baggy clothes. I basically just tried to do everything to disappear. So I just kept my head down. I just continued to give...
Hey, we're ready for Jimmy. We're ready for the shoot. All the sets prepared, the lighting's done. We're ready for Mr. Beast. Where is he? Oh, he's just jacking off right now. Give him like at least 30 to 40 seconds. He'll be right back on set. I fucking... It's so weird because like every time I watch his videos, I used to watch like the Squid Game video and like the high concept stuff, and I enjoy his journey to success. I think that's inspiring. But every time you see those videos, you see those bloody dead eyes, man. Every fucking video, he has those dead eyes, those gooner eyes. I think this might explain it. Oh, that's so creepy. That's so just weird. What?
Everything that I had and tried to convince myself that that would be enough. But the thing is that when you're working in a male-dominated field, especially one that's being run by boys, where they preach that if talent wants to draw a dick on the wall, let them. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how hard you work. Giving your best will never be enough. Things got worse when I became pregnant. I had approved maternity leave signed off by HR, and I had agreed that I would work up until my last day of pregnancy. I said, while I'm in labor on my way to the hospital, I will call you, and that's when I want my maternity leave to start. On paper, it sounded beautiful, but in reality, it meant nothing. I was at the hospital in labor, in a team meeting. 1 week postpartum, still healing, sleep deprived, emotionally and physically exhausted. I was already back to work. Less than a month postpartum, going through postpartum depression, and I had to hop on a plane, fly out of the country to work on a main channel shoot and leave my newborn baby behind. When I think about those first 2 months and all the time that was taken away from me from bonding with my baby, a time that was supposed to be protected, those moments were all taken away from me.
Damn. This is a mother scorned, man. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and this is not only a woman, it's a mother, and she's had enough. That's insane. I mean, this is like the least of the problematic stuff she said. The insane work hours, you'd kind of expect that with like someone at the level of Mr. Beast, so... But, yeah, that seemed to be like the turning point for her to be like, maybe I should tell you something. Good on you, girl. Good on you. Because if she just stayed, it would have probably escalated further, and they would have probably just brushed it under the rug, you know? With Jimmy's mom being the HR. Mommy, can you take care of this attractive girl while I'm in the bathroom for the next 2 minutes? Don't ask me what I'm doing.
And after everything that I went through, 2 weeks...
I survived 50 hours in the toilet by myself. Stay until the end of the video to find out what kind of money I made. Fuck, dude. That is so weird. That is so... Who does that? Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. She's a hot girl that's working for him. I'll be right back. Dude, what? Keep it in your pants, Jimmy. Jeez. Wait, he's got a wife. He's married. For like a couple of years now, right? Oh, dog. Oh, Jimmy.
After coming back from what was supposed to be a maternity leave, my maternity leave, I was let go. And the reason was, and I quote, "You are too high of a caliber for this position. We need someone of a lower caliber." Now have that make sense and let that sink in a little bit. So today, I'm taking legal action, not just for what happened at the end, but for everything that happened along the way, and for the toxic culture that made it all possible. They tried to silence me enough, but enough is enough. And I'll let the legal process speak for itself now. Thank you.
Wow. That is kind of effective, short, sweet. And she got a little bit emotional there, but it's going to hold up very well in court, I think, unfortunately for Mr. Beast, because she only got like emotional, talking about her child and her maternity leave towards the for 10 seconds. The rest of it, she was just presenting facts. She was spitting fire against Jimmy, man. It's not looking good. And I'm not gonna pretend to be a bloody lawyer, okay? I'm just good old bloody funny Jay, your favorite lovable YouTuber Jay. But we've got a breakdown of this whole case by an actual law channel. Go check them out. They're called Law and Crime. They do good stuff. But here on JuiceBrake, we're reacting to MrBeast's Empire rocked in bombshell lawsuit. That's what I mean when it's this serious, man. You got my attention, you know. And I like I said, I'm not the biggest MrBeast fan. I watch his stuff when he's get celebrities I like and all that. If the concept's good enough, but most of his stuff, it's just Jacksepticeye said it best when he said, "How's it going there, mateys?" How's it going there, mateys? He made it. MrBeast is cool and all, but he made it all about the money and the views, which is like a shift from the old school YouTube to the new school YouTube. And I think this might be a shift back to the old school. Because, yeah, the energy is just off with all those videos. They feel so highly produced, and it's just like, okay, this seems like some 1984 BS, you know, content. All right, enough for me. Let's keep going.
MrBeast, the famed YouTuber and bona fide billionaire, is slammed with a scathing lawsuit alleging
those dead eyes, man. I'm telling you.
One of his employees when she
Jimmy just got out of the toilet.
She alleges the MrBeast work environment is so toxic, she was forced to work while in labor in the delivery room. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to
those dead ass eyes.
This is Scandal, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Let's go. Scandal. El Scandalo.
The biggest creator on the planet. 479 million followers. Super Bowl ads, reality show on Amazon Prime. Jimmy, Mr.
That's what I mean. He's the top of the top of the game.
The guy who gives away private islands for clicks, who offered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to any grocery store shopper who could stay inside a store for the longest amount of time. Oh,
that's the thing. A guy at that level, you'd think he'd clean up his act a little bit more than jerking off to his attractive employees. Dude, that is the most vile shit I've ever heard. On set, while it's happening, while they're shooting, I'll be right back. That's so insane. Oh boy. You'd think they'd run a bit more of a tight ship given what he's got going on. You know what I mean?
Suing him, claiming that she was demoted after she complained about workplace harassment. She's also claiming she was forced to work while in active labor. Oh, and she mentions this handbook.
Forced to work. Oh boy.
And it
That's
says,
new.
and I'm quoting this directly, quote, "No does not mean no." MrBeast is denying everything, but this isn't just
What?
he said, she said. This is a 20-plus page filing. So how serious is all of this? And what could happen if you...
Okay, I think what she's referring to is a statement of action that they have. This is what the company's about type of email that they sent to all their employees. No does not mean no. I do believe that what they were trying to say with that is, be persistent. Just keep at it. If the client or celebrity that we're trying to get says no, just keep trying. Something will work out. But that is the worst way to phrase it. You know, you gotta fucking. It's not just a boys' club. We live in the real world. They make up 50% of the population, fellas. You know, obviously you have to be mindful of this stuff. It just sounds. Yeah, maybe you should have had a female in the MrBeast team, you know. In the videos you can tell it is very much a boys club, and I'm usually all for that. The healthy kind, not the bloody gooning in the bathroom for 15 minutes before the shoot kind.
Take the biggest influencer in the world to court. Well, let's find out. So MrBeast has more subscribers than the population of Germany, and he is, by the numbers, likely one of the most successful creators in the current digital
flex.
age. He was just honored, in fact, as one of Time magazine's most influential people. For years, the story was simple. MrBeast does crazy stunts, MrBeast gives away money, MrBeast is a good guy, but now there's another story, one that's been building in the background. In 2024, the New York Times reported that former contestants on his Beast Game show sued, alleging dangerous conditions, lack of food, and medical neglect. That case, by the way, is still pending. And if you're not familiar with the show, basically 1,000 people compete in crazy physical challenges, and the last one standing wins $5 million. Then, according to the Associated Press, allegations came that a longtime collaborator shared inappropriate messages with minors. Now, MrBeast had reportedly sent a memo to staff back in August of 2024, promising that he would create a culture that makes all our employees feel safe and allows them to do their best work. But now, a new lawsuit was filed on April 22nd in the Eastern District of North Carolina by a woman who says she was a former executive, Lorraine Mavromatis. Now, she's suing two of his companies, MrBeast YouTube LLC and Game Changer 24/7 LLC. According to the complaint, she's suing for FMLA violations, wrongful discharge, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, Lorraine says she was hired by MrBeast back in August of 2022 as the head of Instagram. And within her first year with the company, she was promoted twice. First to head of creative and then to COO of verticals. Now that meant she was running a team of about 20 people, managing a monthly budget of $500,000. She says she even had a private office. She reported directly to the CEO. On the rise, perhaps? But then, according to Lorraine, she ended up walking into a culture no one warned her about. According to the lawsuit, MrBeast did not have a standard employee handbook with basic policies. Instead, the company distributed a document titled How to Succeed in MrBeast Production. Now, the handbook allegedly included sections like, it's okay for the boys to be childish, and I quote, do everything you can to empower the boys when filming. The lawsuit also claims the handbook said no does not mean no, and the amount of hours you work is irrelevant.
You could tell that they were trying to just like make a playful kind of, you know, let's enhance the vibes we're going. The boys, we started from the bottom, now we're here. It's just the boys. And now, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. You can tell what they were trying to go for, but, oh, guys. Oh, no.
Lorraine says this was the culture at Beast Industries, and for women in the office, she says it created a toxic, demeaning environment where complaints were dismissed and bad behavior was excused. According to the lawsuit, the harassment started early and came right from the top. Lorraine says the company's former CEO, James Warren, who, by the way, is Jimmy Donaldson's cousin, subjected her to sexual harassment.
Oh.
She says he forced one-on-one meetings at his private home in an upstairs, dimly lit room while commenting on the way she looked in her clothes. But it gets stranger than that. She asked Warren
Can't
why
be doing
Mr.
that.
Beast wouldn't work with her
Oh.
on certain projects.
That's why you don't work with
The lawsuit
family.
alleges Warren told her, quote,
They go
"Jimmy,
around
it's
molesting.
really awkward around beautiful women.
Jimmy's
Let's
molesting
just say that
cousin.
when you're around and he goes to the restroom, he's not actually using the restroom." Regarding bathroom trips, the company actually called this claim fabricated.
Still can't
They
believe
said
that. That's
Mr.
so
Beast's
insane.
trips to the bathroom are actually due to Crohn's
His cousin
disease,
said
and
that
as
too?
a matter of fact, they had a lot more to say, which, by the way, we're going to...
So the guy that's, like, sexually harassing women, the cousin of Jimmy, MrBeast, is talking shit on Jimmy for doing weird shit? What the This whole family's weird, dog.
to get into all of that. But Lorraine says the alleged comment had a deeper impact on her. She says she started to wear baggy clothes and baseball caps to work just so that her looks wouldn't negatively impact her.
That
or
sucks that
affect her
she even has to
employment.
think about
The lawsuit
that.
also describes other allegations of demeaning treatment. She says MrBeast asked her to fetch him a beer before he would do a video, shooting a video, something she never saw him ask another male colleague. She says a male colleague told her to shut up and stop talking during a staff meeting when she asked a question. She also says that when she complained about a wealthy male client who was making unwanted unwanted romantic advances that Warren told her she should be honored that a billionaire client was, quote, hitting on her. So in November of 2023,
Oh my
Lorraine said
gosh.
she reached a tipping point. She made a formal complaint to Human Resources. And
You know what? You should be grateful. You should be grateful that you're being harassed. Actually, welcome to MrBeast Enterprises. You're welcome for being harassed. Say hello to my cousin, alright? Dude.
guess who she says was running HR? Jimmy Donaldson's mother, Susan Perisher. According to the lawsuit, Lorraine detailed her claims of sexually inappropriate encounters, the harassment, the demeaning treatment. She says Perisher told her the complaint would be thoroughly investigated and that she would take care of the matter. But 2 months later, in January of 2024, the investigation came back, and according to Lorraine, her claims were found to be unsubstantiated. And so on that same day, January 23rd, 2024, allegedly, she was demoted and transferred. So that meant she went from COO of Verticals, an executive role with a private office, 20 direct reports, and a $500,000 budget, to social media manager for the merchandise division. The lawsuit says she was sent to work remotely at home. She didn't have an office anymore. She supervised no one and barely interacted with any executives. The complaint says MrBeast employees called this division, quote, where careers go to die. And if all of this wasn't shocking enough, wait until you hear what she says happened when she got pregnant. We're now in January 2025. Lorraine told her supervisor she was pregnant and would need to leave for the birth of her child. According to the lawsuit, MrBeast did not provide her with any written notice of her rights under the Family and Medical Leave Act. No eligibility notice, no designation notice, no nothing. On March 31st, 2025, she gave birth. She claims it was a pretty difficult delivery and her baby needed some time in the neonatal intensive care unit. But according to the complaint, MrBeast did not let her rest. She says her supervisor asked her to work on a product launch just days after giving birth. She says she was asked to stand for 10 hours at an exhibition booth 3 weeks postpartum. She was sent to Brazil for a video shoot. Now, Lorraine told the Associated Press in an interview, I was still bleeding and I just had to show up. According to the complaint, she was on a work conference call while in the labor and delivery room. She says she was afraid that if she refused to work, she would lose her job. But unfortunately for her, on November 6th, 2025, less than 3 weeks after Lorraine returned full-time from her FMLA leave, she claims MrBeast terminated her. According to the lawsuit, she was told her position was being eliminated, but also that she was too high caliber for the role she had been demoted to. But instead of offering her another position, she says the company offered her a severance agreement. According to the lawsuit, they tried to leverage medical coverage for her newborn to coerce her into signing away her legal claims. She says she refused. And according to the complaint, MrBeast posted a job opening for a social media content manager around the time of her termination. She says she was not offered the role or even a chance to apply, and that the company ended up filling this position with a man in early 2026. Now, we reached out to Lorraine for a comment. She didn't get back to us, but MrBeast's team is
They're really going at the
spokesperson for
sexist,
Beast
toxic
Industries said,
workplace
this
angle.
clout-chasing complaint is built on deliberate misrepresentations and categorically false statements, and we have the receipts to prove it. There is extensive evidence, including Slack and WhatsApp messages, company documents, and witness testimony that unequivocally refutes her claims. We will not submit to opportunistic lawyers looking to manufacture a payday from us. The company also specifically addressed the alleged bathroom comment from James Warren, calling it ridiculous. This is an allegation fabricated for the sole purpose of sparking headlines. It's also disgusting that the lawsuit is exploiting Jimmy's eye condition and Crohn's disease to medical conditions he has been publicly open about. On the demotion claim, the
Maybe
company
those
called
weren't
it false and
goonerized, I don't know.
inaccurate. On the FMLA notice allegation, the company shared a screenshot of her signature confirming receipt.
Look, if it is a Crohn's disease thing, man, I'm sorry for commenting on his eyes, but those do be looking like goonerized up. You know what I'm saying? Those could very well be good rise.
Of the employee handbook, including FMLA policies. And on the termination, the spokesperson said Lorraine was not fired, that her role was eliminated alongside others amid a company-wide restructuring. All right, so we walked you through the entire lawsuit, and now I want to dive a little deeper, break it all down with an expert. So let's bring him on. It's a friend of the show, entertainment and employee attorney, Cameron Dolan-Shai. Thank you so much, Cameron, for coming on with us today. And I mean, there's so many avenues I could go down with this lawsuit. What are just your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a culture at the company.
Yeah, there's definitely enough evidence that Jimmy's been jerking it in the bathroom to his attractive coworkers. So that's there.
Seemingly of hostility towards employees, hard driving, results oriented, which is not atypical of startups and successful founders. But obviously, there's a line, and that line is the law, and federal law in this case.
Some of these allegations, too, are truly egregious. The plaintiff who's filing this lawsuit, she alleges that she had to work, while she's very pregnant up until when she's in the delivery room, which I've never given birth, but word on the street, it's not super easy to do. Yeah. It probably, takes a lot out of you, as, it does. But for her to be working while she is literally in labor, I mean, what do you make of that allegation?
I mean, the law specifically protects pregnant women, as it should. Women that take FMLA leave, the Family Medical Leave Act. It's specifically designed for this. As a society, we would want to protect our mothers, our expecting mothers. And so to jeopardize the health of a woman and her baby is egregious, to say the least.
And, honestly, just to be completely frank with you,
Yeah, the whole making her stand for 10 hours at a booth for even when she was pregnant, that's just strange. Like, I just get someone else just for the day. I mean, they're rich enough. It's MrBeast Productions. Like, you know what I mean?
MrBeast in this case, and that'll be up to the jury.
It's tricky, right? Because MrBeast is really beloved. I mean, millions of subscribers on YouTube. There's, he has the show on Amazon. People really like him. And to your point, we have people who are up and coming like MrBeast who make this content that is really cool. Obviously, a lot of people are liking it. They're getting the views. Everything is great, but maybe not necessarily do they have the schooling or education or, institutional knowledge of how to run a company, because according to the plaintiff in this allegations, there was a handbook that had kind of bizarre things written in it, and I'm just paraphrasing here, but some of the things were like, the amount of hours you work is irrelevant. No doesn't really mean no. If she is able to bring forward, screenshots or even the physical handbook, let's say, if she actually has it, is that also, pretty damning evidence?
Absolutely. The first thing we do when we take on a case is we ask for the personnel file and payroll records, which the employer has to provide, at least in California law, in 30 days. And they provide the employee handbook. And we look at the policies and we see, are these policies compliant with the law? So just those statements alone might not necessarily make the policies non-compliant, but they certainly provide the color and context to what she was going through in the boys' club.
One of the next questions I have for all of this, too, is why was it in federal court? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, federal court
sounds serious.
Forum. You have better judges, I would say, who are obviously in state court. They're excellent judges as well. But in federal court, you have those who are elected by presidents. And as well as the fact that there's what we call diversity of jurisdiction between the incorporation of where the company is and where the plaintiff's from. If they're from different states, that'll ultimately end up in federal court anyways. As a plaintiff, typically you do want it in state court, so it is an interesting move, but it signals some confidence, I would say, by the plaintiff to affirmatively put the case in federal court.
Okay, and honestly, she does seem pretty confident to come forth with these allegations. I mean, even yesterday I did this story. There's this ongoing lawsuit with Kylie Jenner, a civil lawsuit. And I read through the lawsuit and I was like, honestly, the allegations against Kylie as an individual, as she's listed as a defendant, kind of flimsy.
Right,
but what I'm
non-existent almost. Yeah.
Exactly. When I was going through it, I was like, wait, what's going on? But this one, a little bit different. She's got the receipt. She's got,
Yeah.
XYZ day. She really has it there in black and white. So the confidence there. And I guess to your point, we talked about maybe past issues of alleged misconduct, other people who have been within the MrBeast Corporation and have worked there. If they can kind of come together, does that help the case? Do you think that's something that her attorneys are speaking to other former or even current employees?
Absolutely. And that would happen even before they would even retain the client, just to do their own investigation of whether this is meritorious or not. At least I would hope that
Dude, the whole like rubbing of the pregnant belly is just like, it's not really painting a picture. It's just making me uncomfortable, dude. Just like, yeah, strange, dog. If you guys stuck around here, hopefully you guys got something out of it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button, guys. This is JuiceBrake. And that's all you have to do to join the family, join the cult. Come on in, make yourself at home. Guys, we are the funniest channel on YouTube, and we're headed right to the top. Hopefully, with you by my side, my loyal juicers. I love you. See you on the next episode. Let me know in the comments below if this holds any merit, if MrBeast Empire is going down. We'll see, because it's unfolding right now. It's fresh, so let me know. Bye.